Well, I think I feel fortunate that I can still do number three. That's something that, with a family of seven, somebody's gonna make somebody laugh.
So true.
So I think I feel fortunate to be able to do that. And then number eight, I think is something that I may be able to do. I think that would help. Even if I did do the Meals on Wheels, that would help, with their food preparation during the day when I'm at work, so I don't have to worry that they're not eating or so.
Because that just takes a lot of pressure off on you. I mean, you again, like you said, there's a family of seven waiting, and that's a lot of pressure for you all the time. You know, there's going to be those nights when you're running late from work, you're trying to get home, and you have all these, picking up kids from school, making sure, all these different things with your mom and your dad, and just making sure that they're taken care of as well. So you're going to need these community resources, and that's for everyone here. You're going to need the community to lean on. It's not just going to be, you can't just lean on yourself, you can't just always lean on friends and family, but that there are other things out there that are willing to give you, meals, are willing to, come and just sit with your loved one. Or so I just think that's something that we all need to reflect on, is that community resources are out there. And if you need any information on some of these, we can talk about that after class, that maybe it can give you some numbers or some contact information so that you guys can use those resources. But yeah, that's definitely a good one. Okay, Lauren, do you have one that you kind of struggle with?
Right now, I feel like I'm kind of struggling with all of them.
Yeah.
I guess because, where my mom's at now, there's not really much you can do for her. So, it's kind of hard to find opportunities to laugh in that kind of situation. And, like number 6 is to learn as much as you can about your loved one's illness so you can better care for him or her. And I feel like I've done that. But we're still here. There's no fixing it. Nothing can give me her life back. And just all of them just seem really difficult. The saying yes when people offer to help. I feel like I should be able to do that, especially now that my sisters are down and they're just as much her daughters as I am. But at the same time, I've done it all for so long, I feel like it's still my responsibility and they shouldn't take that on.
Yeah. But I think that's a lot of pressure for you, don't you think? To say that, you're the one that's supposed to take care of them, but as you said, they're her daughters just as much as you are.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously you've been the one that's longest taking care of her.
But I think it makes me mad because now they want to help. They want to help random people. Well, where were you for the past 2 years?
Do they not live here?
They both live out of state.
Yeah, that can bring some bitterness, and that can bring some unwanted feelings of even hate sometimes towards them, because you were going through this whole process of working with hospice, of even beforehand with the illness that she's going through. So I think also would be a great idea for you, Lauren, is to kind of maybe write them a letter, kind of saying, hey, I love you, in a very, obviously not in a mean way, because that bitterness can come out, but in a way that's saying, I'm feeling this way, or even if you don't want to write a letter, maybe just talking it out with them and saying, I'm feeling this way about, you wanting to do all the funeral arrangements, you all of a sudden coming around when mom needed you, whenever she was, and obviously, I know you live out of state, and I know it's hard for you to come here, but, just kind of how you're feeling about the whole situation, in a very calm manner, of course, and maybe you can kind of get those feelings out so that you don't keep them in, because when bitterness stays in, it festers and it builds and it explodes, and then there's that breaking of your relationship with your sisters, and especially in this time, you probably don't want that.
I have a question. This may be really sensitive, but if your mother does pass away, how do you think your life is going to change? What all is going to happen?
I don't really know. I'm hoping I can go back to work. I was working at a law firm and I really loved it. I had to quit that, but I mean, I think I would enjoy doing that. You know, I don't know. I don't have a friend right now that I stay in much contact with. I feel like I'm just kind of by myself. And I know my sisters will be going back home, so
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Maybe a job will be a great opportunity to build those friendships back and to get kind of busy and doing work, so.
And you have us too.
Of course, yeah. You know,
Anytime you need anything, we're here for you.
it's been 10 weeks, I think we know each other pretty well,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that we're comfortable and if we do just wanna go, you know, hang out sometime, you know, that could be something that we can all do. Obviously, we have busy schedules, but to at least know that we can rely on one another outside of this group is a great thing for sure. Okay, and also when you talked about kind of learning about the illness and how you felt like, you know, you did that and it still wasn't enough, but I think it also helps with the grieving process of knowing what's happening to your mother and why, you know, it's not working out the best, you know, because you're able to see, okay, this is the illness and this is what's happening, and kind of help you with closure even. So maybe that's kind of the upside of you researching the illness and knowing about it. So maybe you can look at it in that way.
And the fact that a lot of it you couldn't change, even if you could.
Yeah,
So,
disease is one of those things that man can't always, you know, get rid of. You know, we have doctors, we have medicines, and that's a wonderful resource, and thank goodness that we can use them, but sometimes it's not always enough, and you have to rely that, that's those medicines, those doctors can help, but sometimes the disease, you can't help it.
And for learning like your story and what all you've been through, it sounds like you put a lot of effort in and doing what you can. I mean, you've done what all you can do.
Definitely. Okay, great. So now that we've identified the ones that we struggle with, maybe even the ones that we see that can help us, what I want to do is that if you could circle the one that was hardest for you, and we have these pins, and if you could just kind of circle whichever one that was hardest for you, and maybe even underneath it, kind of put how you can deal with working on this, with, you know, saying yes to community resources, with finding some way to laugh, whether that's going to a movie, hanging out with other people to make you laugh, you know, just doing different things that can help you. So whatever you're struggling with, you can say, okay, I'm struggling with this, but I know how to attack it and to learn from it and to grow in it, and to not be defeated by it. So that's kind of what I think we should do right now. Okay, all right, great. So, if you guys don't mind, if you will just kind of maybe put this somewhere, maybe it's on your fridge, maybe it's in your room next to your dresser or your mirror, so that when you feel discouraged, when you feel as though, you know, what can I do? What can help me at this moment? What are some things that I can do personally or what others can do for me to help me feel, you know, encouraged? Look at these, see how you can be helped, how you can grow, and so this is a great resource. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about anything right now? Okay, awesome. We're gonna meet next week, and we only have 2 more, and I'm really excited to see where we get to when we come to the end, and not so sad.
I feel like
I'm close.
Yeah, and I feel like we made a lot of progress too.
Definitely. Okay. Well, great. All right. See you guys next week.
Yeah.